Toot-Toot. Let's all roll for our hobby. Let's all roll for our hobby. Oh, let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Tipsy's drunk as shit. Onyx loves to hit. Ooh, Rock's magic is handy. Toot-Toot's music is dandy. So let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Let's all roll for our hobby to get ourselves a crit. Toot-Toot.
Come, friend, now lend me an ear for a tale of Victor the Weird. He went on an adventure with he, him, and himself, and also his mighty fine beard. Now gather round, I'll tell you about this mighty beast. He may look as human, as mere as you, friend, but soon your eyes will feast upon this marvelous creature with many body parts. His one shirt may fool you, but what if I told you his chest had 4 red hearts? One mouth but 1,000 voices, one mind and limited choices, 2 handsome dice, 2 handsome dice. The audience rejoices. He's going to play D&D with him, himself, and he. Those are his pronouns, it's really profound. It's time for D&Me, featuring Victor and 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 Victor. One knows who knows how many repeats. So come and sit down in an empty seat. It's time for D&Me. 2 eyes, 4 cheeks, 2 souls on his feet, 2 hands for winning and foes to defeat, 1 tongue, 2 lips through which to speak, but just one but.
Hello everybody, I'm Victor Rivera and welcome to D&Me where I play with myself. I play D&D with myself, and welcome to episode 45. Holy cow. With episode 45, this is the 11th month of D&Me. The 11th month was actually yesterday, June 28th, but yeah, it's huge. We've done it for almost a year, so thank you so much for watching. I'm having some audience members in the chat right now figuring out the banners for the Restful Lily arc, so I just want to show you something real quick. I messed with my green screen and now it's a little derpy, but yes, so the Restful Lily, here we go. Oh, I don't have the newest one, but that's fine. Well, no, that's important because it's the first one, so let's see. Banner 1. Oh, the Restful Lily banner. That's what it's called. Bum. Yeah, so as I am juggling things here a sec, then for my green screen, I wanted it to look nicer. So I went out and bought some green painter's tape, and it did not work as I thought. And I experimented a little with it, but it's fine. All right, here we go. So, yes, this is the beginning of the Restful Lily bath house and spa. Hello, how's it going? Hey, Demon Knight 998, thank you so much for contributing. Welcome, it's going great. So, my last arc of the show was this green, and then I'll just flip through them real quick so that you can see them. So, pop, and then back to the lily. So just to go through them again, the green fades, the yellow fades, this up here, the lilies fade. There are the 3 gray lilies representing the hags. So the candle blows out in the corner and the rocks fall one by one. Leaves, the petals fall off and start to gather. And then the lilies themselves start falling. The vine gets darker, the ivy. The candle, blows out and the steam starts going. More petals fall off. Everything gets dimmer. There's more ivy, but it's like decaying. And even like the font color. And then a lot more browned ivy. And now it's pretty much dead. The whole tower gets knocked over. But when we get Sylvari back, pop. And then one more time. Just because it's fun. All right. D. Yeah, so I was working on that for a while. Thank you very much, Demon Knight. Very nice. So yeah, there we go. So, episode 45, this is huge. I wanted to let y'all know that since we're reaching the episode 50 landmark, then I'm going to take a break after that. So that'll be the end of my season 1, and I think doing it for a year, 50 episodes, is humongous, so I just wanted to let y'all know. But at the top of episode 45, we are going to level up my boys to 5. So that's how we're going to start this kind of last 6 episodes here for season 1. So, leveling everyone up. Tipsy is already level 6, but Waddles, Waddles the rat, he gets more HP. So his hit die is 4, and I rolled it already, and he went from a 12 hit points to he rolled a 4, so now he has 16, which is 1 shy away from Toot-Toot's HP total, and then 7 better than Rox's, which is bonkers. Onyx, he gets another level of Barbarian. I thought about having him as multi-classing with a level in Ranger, but at level 5, then pretty much all the classes get really important stuff. For example, everyone gets +3 proficiency bonus, which means that everything he's already proficient in grows. So when he was hitting with a 6 with his Ice Anchor, now he hits with a 7, and that's just gonna cause a lot more everything all everywhere. And for Onyx being another level in Barbarian, he gets an extra attack. So for the melee classes, fighters and barbarians, instead of just hitting the one time very good with the Ice Anchor, then Onyx gets to hit twice pretty much all the time. So that's gonna be a lot. Then he also gets fast movement, so starting at 5th level, your speed increases by 10 when you aren't wearing any heavy armor. He is not. He's wearing, like, homebrew bone armor. And Onyx already had a 30 feet speed, which is... and then he gets 1 more hit die, which is a D12 for a total of 5 D12 hit dice, and I rolled for the HP beforehand. He rolled a 9 plus 3 Constitution. That's 12 new hit points for a full total of 55, so he's a real beefy boy. Rock here that we have without his saddle. Look how good he looks. He's wearing a scarf the whole time. Gets +3 proficiency bonus, and he can now cast level 3 spells. And if you recall, Remove Curse is a level 3 spell. So I was, up until this point, going to penalize him for casting a level 3 spell, but now he can. And then for wizards, learning spells of 1st level or higher, each time you gain a wizard level, you can add 2 wizard spells of your choice to your spellbook for free. So I did that. I leveled up so many characters today and then printed out all new paperwork and adjusted everything, which took hours. Leveling up one character is just a lot, and that's a whole day affair. I have many characters to level up, so that's fun though. So for rolling Rock's hit dice, you can either roll a hit dice if you for wizards it's a D6, or you can take the average and then +1 as just the safe bet. So that's what I did for Rock. Yeah, you just take it half +1, so half his hit die 6 is 4, well, +1 is 4, and then add your Constitution. Rock doesn't have any Constitution. He has a -1 Constitution. That's, yep. So he still gets 3 hit points. And with that, he hit double digits. He was at 9, but now he's at 12. And I did roll to see what the die would have said anyways, and it said 4 anyways. So, whew, thanks, narrative. Wishes is a violet fairy dragon, so I'm considering that already, like, he's topped off with all the magic that he can do. But I rolled for more hit points, so he has 18 now, which is 6 more than Rock. And yeah. Toot-Toot, he has +3 proficiency. His bardic inspiration changes from 1d6 to 1... Oh, so hold on. By the way, the green screen, you would need chalkboard black layer, my brother-in-law said. The green screen, you would need the chalkboard black layer, my brother-in-law said. Not quite sure what that means, but thanks. Thanks, Demon Knight. His bardic inspiration, which was a D6, now it grows to a D8. So that's exciting when he casts it to helping people. For the rest of the Lily arc, Rock was holding on to a bardic inspiration the whole time, but he was rolling very well when it mattered. So I was like, weird. That's fine, not using that. I read in the player's handbook for bardic inspiration, you can use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier, which was 3, but then I leveled him up the last time, and I didn't know that, so he has had 4 bardic inspiration for a while now, but now he definitely has 4 bardic inspiration. And speaking of bardic inspiration, he gains a new feature which is called Font of Inspiration. Beginning when you reach level 5, you regain all of your expended uses of bardic inspiration when you finish a short or a long rest. So that's great, because normally you just wait until you finish a long rest, but if they take an hour, then he can gain the 4 bardic inspiration back. Now, Toot-Toot can cast level 3 spells. He can learn a new spell, which I had him. Instead of the green type, you would need to put it over a black layer. Figuring out the chromatic stuff. Interesting. I'll keep that in mind. I can't do it right now, but... So Toot-Toot learned a new spell, and I have that noted down. And also for bards, you can switch out a spell if one doesn't work for you, but I like all of mine. They're good. And then for rolling, he has a D8 for his bard hit die, and I rolled it, and he got a 6 plus a 0 constitution, so his 17 hit points is up to 23 now. So that's all just a little homeworky stuff. And, all right, now we're going into, oh boy, D&Recap. Dang it. And I need to make a new D&Recap for episode 41 through 45 this week. So, what had happened? In the last episode, episode 44, Damp Denouement. So, rescuing Silvare and ridding the restful Lily of hags. Then the next morning they all met in the Bath and Hot Spring, where I tried to wrap up every loose end, and we had all of our NPCs come out and finish their kind of quests. Silvare stayed in the restful Lily in Silvery Moon with Ilmar, the drow friend, and Glimmer, the white tiefling, Chainco, the hairless dwarf, Circumstance, the chameleon lizard folk nobleman, and my 4 boys brought all of the cursed paintings from the hags over through the portal of the Price's Beauty to Waterdeep, where they met unexpectedly a small crowd in front of Tipsy's Tavern, which were Aquafina and her wife Roxanne and their son Jorge Walter, who were various genasi, and they had their first kind of unofficial opening as they scurried around getting food and prepping drinks, and it was chaotic, but they're back in Waterdeep now, and they rested for the night. So everyone, I have a whole new limited resources sheet also, because they all gained hit points, so I rearranged a whole bunch of stuff. Rock just keeps getting more and more spells, so I had to accommodate for that. So, they all slept the night, and they have a long rest, so they're all rested up, and all their hit points are back in the spell slots. Now, here is a very important roll. I have 4 boys that want to do widely different things here in Waterdeep on their day back. So I'm going to roll to see which character we follow throughout this first episode back. So, as always, 1 is Tipsy, 2 is Onyx, 3 is Rock, and 4 is Toot-Toot. So, 3, Rock. Awesome. All right, let's go to Rock's page. I have pages. Cool. All right. Rock the half-orc wizard, Rock the Purple, wakes up in his library, and his librarian study in Tipsy's tavern, and looks around and sees he wakes up to the sound of as one by one his books are falling off his shelf, and he startles awake to find Wishes kind of like a kitty cat swirling around the books and then accidentally knocking them over, and he goes, Wishes, please. Oh, no, no, Wishes, stop. Those are precious and valuable. And then he rushes over to straighten up the the books and putting them back on the shelves and making sure they're chronological or alphabetical. And then Wishes flutters with his butterfly wings over to his desk and starts just scratching at paper, and pieces of parchment fall down, and an exasperated Rock goes, Wishes, okay, we need to figure that out. And then there's a small knock at the door, and Rock goes, okay. And then he opens it, and then he looks around and doesn't see anything until he looks down, and then Tipsy is holding up two tubes, and he goes, hey, good morning. Hey, oh. Wishes is funny. Here, I want to give you. So Ilmar gave me a spell scroll of greater restoration, and then when we were up in the tallest tower, the floor, then we found a spell scroll of clairvoyance in a leather scroll case. So, you have them. Oh, thank you. Wishes, please get that quill out of your mouth. Hey, do you want to take care of that? Yes, I really do. Good morning, Tipsy. It's good to be back. Okay, bye. And then Rock then goes back into the library and starts messing around with Wishes. Rock last night finished reading the second half of the Monster Manual, and then he started reading the first third of Volo's Guide to Monsters. So we have all that information. I love that Rock has read all of the Monster Manual now, because I like someone who knows the stuff that's happening in his world. So, picking up the restless and bored fairy dragon, then Rock kind of, okay, here, sit on my shoulder. Do you like that? And then Wishes kind of situates himself and tucks in his fairy dragon butterfly wings, and is now calming down a little bit on his half-orc perch. Okay. Yes. Let's go deposit you back off with Sheen and the Seven Masks Theaters. But first, I did promise you more cinnamon sugar treats as a reward, because you did so well at the Restful Lily, and you contributed with some debauchery and saved our skins a little bit, and right now you are still causing some mayhem. So let's get you fed, huh? Wishes snaps his snout in the air. Okay, great. So here we go. And then as he goes down the stairs and then leaves out the tap room, then he opens the door and then meets Glimmer, the former Kenku, but now white tiefling, at the door, and he's holding like a satchel. Oh, good morning, Rock. Hello, Glimmer. If you'll excuse me. Oh, yes. And then he kind of sidesteps and enters into the Trollskull Manor, the Tipsy's Tavern, and then Rock heads for Sweet Treat, which is the little bakery confectionery run by Doe, a non-binary tiefling who I totally remember everything about them. Wrong buttons. Sweet Treat Doe. Yeah, okay. Yes. Oh, and an androgynous fire genasi baker of the Sweet Treat. And as the bell rings above the door, then this is Wish's first time inside Sweet Treat, so it's, let's see, it's still early morning. Well, okay, so it's morning, and there are a number of people in getting donuts and cupcakes and morning breakfast pastries. So Doe is running around behind the counters. I'll be with you in a minute. Oh, you take your time. Oh. And then Rock feels his shoulder like claws tighten, and then Wishes turns invisible, and with a dexterity saving throw, then Rock a 9. Great. A 9 plus 2 dexterity saving throw, so 11. So he feels the claws tighten, and then Wishes disappears, and Rock, no! And then he grabs at Wishes, but he's gone. And then now, just acutely aware and very nervous, then Rock looks around this bustling bakery, and with, let's see, what's he got? Investigation, then he will look for signs of an invisible Wishes that should not be left loose. Okay, great. A 16 plus a 7, 23. Then sure enough, then he can see some claw prints in a cheese Danish, and a little bit of cheese floating around, and with a performance roll. Ooh. Rock has illusionary magic to make himself look a lot calmer than he is. Oh boy, he has so many things now. Oh, okay. This is something I don't think I've used before. All right. Oh, that's really good. Wow, cool, great. I love it. So Rock kind of keeping track of Wish's invisible movement, then underneath his robes, and he kind of like wiggles his fingers and then points in the direction, and there's this movement in the air, and some of the patrons inside the bakery go, oh, and then are kind of pushed to the side a little abruptly, and this unseen servant is now crossing Sweet Treat, and then is this an invisible servant, and they are trying with the best of their ability to grab Wishes, because that is the command that Rock gave. So let's do a couple rolls for that, because that's fun. Let's see who wins. Ooh, oh, okay. So the unseen servant rolled a 16, and then Wishes rolled a natural 20. So Wishes, also trained in seeing invisible things, then senses the unseen servant coming towards them, and then you hear flapping of wings, and kind of some of the patrons inside, one's like hat flies off in this new gust of wind, and it's, oh, this is so much more chaotic than I meant for the first 24 minutes of the episode. But now an invisible Wishes is flying around. Wishes would try and cast something. Oh boy, this is a lot. This is great. But boy howdy, awesome. This is perfect. So then appearing in the air, floating in the middle of Sweet Treat, Rock's gonna get banned from this place. I wrote such a nice scene, but nope. Wishes suddenly appears in the air, flapping, and then stares down at Rock, and then like does the squinty eyes, because then 3 more wishes appears in the air. So 4 of them are now fluttering around because wishes cast mirror image. So 2 or 3 of them are now... Okay. 3 or 4 wishes are now flying in the air, and one like dive bomb towards some like bagels, and then others are careening towards cupcakes. And Doe from behind the counter goes, "Nope, bad, get out! Hey, 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 you and you and you and you," pointing at all the fairy dragons. "Get out! Get out! Get out of my store! Put that down!" And Rock will have to cast more magic to get this thing. Let's see if the Unseen Servant can, with a 12 versus... I mean, that was a natural 20. Plus, that was a 16. So, Wishes escapes. Like, one of the Wishes feels his leg being tugged downwards, and so easily, with the very weak Unseen Servant, Wishes grasps him out of his hands. So, there's just chaos now. And Rock, quick thinking, will... "Wishes, here, looky." And then conjure in his hands, using Improved Minor Illusion, a very big cinnamon sugar donut, like basketball size. And then all 4 wishes, and then looks towards the door as Rock is backing out. "I am so sorry, Doe. I did not mean for this to happen. I will pay for any damages. I need to get him out. I am returning him now." "Good, get out! Oh, my icing, no!" And Wishes kind of like hypnotized flutters towards the door, and all 4 of them meet back up into one. And then now outside, then Wishes dive bombs towards the giant donut and is confused as he goes through it. And then Rock grabs a hold of Wishes, who, like any pet that doesn't want either a bath or like their nails clipped, then is just struggling. So Rock is this scene now, heading towards the Seven Masks Theater with a wriggling, writhing fairy dragon. No, shush. You caused a scene back there. Marvelous. None of that went how I planned, but it's so good. Oh, boy. All right, so after the walk over to Seven Masks Theater, Braddy wishes, then Rock finally gets him to calm down. And, does Rock have... I'm using so many of my magic and then so many of my notes. Does Rock have... Yes, he does. When they first went into Sweet Treat, to buy sweet treats for Wishes in the first place, for Paper Dragon, or the Restful Lily, I don't recall. Episode 35 or 36, then Rock did, in fact, buy a sweet treat. So from his... the pockets of his robes, then he brings out like a kind of... Well, no, this was like yesterday. 2 days ago. 2 days ago, yeah. So it's it's still fine, like a coffee cake muffin. And he brings it up. Wishes, here. Good Lord. Z. And then Wishes. And I imagine Wishes has like these little hooks at the top of his butterfly wings. I was kind of thinking that they're like dragon wings, but they're kind of both. They're dragon wings that have butterfly design in them. Sure. So he kind of has like these hooks, like these little claws at the top, and so he's feeding himself the coffee cake. So he doesn't have that anymore. And so finally, they finally get to the Seven Masks Theater, which I have a background for. See, look, it looks fine now, the dumb background, but when it's pure black, Spring Street. There we are. The Seven Masks Theater. So as they head towards there, then Rock knocks, and then met with one of the actors and crew members, who is a 5'8" Caucasian male, human with a brunette bun and a big bushy beard. Hi. May I see Sheen, please? Yeah, come on in. And then led to the back dressing room. Then Wishes, the most calm we've seen him so far, is just perched serenely on the shoulder and like looking at the very familiar theater space that he grew up in. Victorception. And then there's a hello. Yes, hello, Sheen. It is I, Rock the Purple, and we are back, and I have much to tell you. Well, then come on in, boy. Then looking like, then creaking the door open, then Rock hurries in because Sheen is in his mud form, so this red-orange clay, and then Rock tells Sheen all about going to the Restful Lily and finding Circumstance and then them coming back, and how all the doppelgangers are now in Waterdeep. And Sheen goes, well, that's absolutely amazing. Congratulations on that wise use of a phantasmal force, and sorry you got the wind knocked out of you early on there. Speaking of which, then Sheen points a dirt finger over towards Rock's chest. I noticed something different. Yes, I have no need of that saddle anymore because of the confidence you've instilled in me. Plus, I found a ring of protection, so that helps a lot. +1, yes, to AC and my saving throws. Oh, did I add the saving throws bit? I don't think I did. Future Victor. And then Sheen proudly leans back in his dirty, lazy boy and goes, That's incredible. Congratulations. Now, thank you for telling me. And then Rock goes, yes, of course. Well, okay. So also, thank you for letting me use Wishes. He came in quite helpful, quite handy in many occasions. This morning, he was a bit of a brat. He always is in the morning. He's a cranky gosh. You just need to let him fly around, just get all that energy out. Yeah, in the morning, I open a window, and then he's gone, and then, half an hour later, he comes back. Usually with a trinket that he's found that's not his. So, yeah, you have to let him tire himself out in the morning. Oh, well. Thank you very much for your use of him, and Wishes, you may return now. And then Wishes is not looking at Rock, and is still sitting perched on his shoulder, and he's like licking underneath one of his arms like a kitty cat. Wishes, do you want to come back to the Seven Mask Theater? And then Wishes stops licking and then is just looking at everywhere else except the two pairs of eyes looking at him. Here, let me try this one. Wishes, come. You need to come back here now. And then Wishes, like, settling down, scooting his butt down onto Rock's shoulder. Then Wishes' dragon tail, like, wraps around the top part of his arm. Well, Rock, I'm afraid you are now stuck with that pesky fairy dragon. And then Rock, rather taken aback by this gesture of loyalty. Wishes, are you sure? And then Wishes looks at Rock. Oh, listen. and then just continues like cleaning, like licking his paw. My goodness. Well, that. Thank you, Wishes. And this is pretty good, because I've taken quite the sheen to you. Haha. And despite himself, Wishes giggles. And, well, there you go. Rock. The Rock. That's magnificent. Oh, well, he's a lot of trouble, so there you go. But, speaking of trouble, we finally have a date for our premiere of Low Stealth Roll. So, tomorrow night, conveniently, that is when we open Shea 26, and I have tickets waiting for you and your whole party out in the box office. So, tomorrow night, come back, and you will see the magnificent piece that I've been working on. The soliloquy itself is quite astounding. And Rock goes, perfect timing, because we just came back from the Restful Lily, and honestly, I feel like today is just everyone doing errands, so I will inform the whole group. Thank you very much, Sheen, for this, and remove curse, and, this fabulous little fellow. I'm fabulous. and with the doppelgangers now safe, it was... I was concerned, honestly, for a while, that the lot from anywhere were in trouble, and I wanted to help them as much as I could. So I'm glad you're safe. We are still figuring out the Mahouts and the bigger picture there, but if it turns out to be the safest of you and the others leaving town, then it has been a pleasure knowing you, and I wish to find you later for more lessons and teaching and sharing of knowledge. You are quite the fellow, and I appreciate you. Ah, well, thanks. I am pretty great, so. No, I as I told you earlier when you told me of the incursion, that we are getting ready. So whether that's stay and fight or find another safe place, I'll let you know. I'll send you a paper bird. I have the one that you gave me still earlier. Yes. So thank you very much, Sheen. Break a leg? That's the spirit. Now get out of my dressing room. I have to rehearse. Me. D&Me. Oh, I didn't know that this was a musical. It's not! As the door closes. And Rock, whoa! Honestly, I thought that would unfortunately take like until 8:15 to sort everything out. But that's great. So Rock now heads home with Wishes, and hey, that's how I can wrap this scene up a little bit. Wishes. Wishes. I'm gonna cause a little debauchery. Yes, but I need you not to go inside Sweet Treat with me. So you fly around, do whatever you... this is plausible deniability. Don't tell me what happens. But fly around and I will get you more cinnamon sugar treats because I promised you those, gosh dang it. And you had just a lot of morning chaotic pet energy. So fly, cause mayhem, have fun, but... meet me back in 10 minutes in front of Sweet Treat, all right? I will be the one with the really big, gross nose. And sure enough, Wishes turns invisible, then flaps away, and Rock turns into just the kind of grossest guy he can think of. So, like, hunched over and with disguised self. Look at this. I'm not hoarding spells and stuff. I'm just casting freely, baby. Pew, pew, pew. Yeah, I have so many. And he used improved minor. That's great. So he like hunched over, and then sure enough, with a big bulbous nose with like 2 well-placed warts and jowls and thinning hair, almost like Colin Farrell from The Batman as Penguin, like kind of goes into what it has now been back to maybe the brunch crowd in Sweet Treat and Rock. Let's see, with the performance check, I'll give him advantage on this because it's fun. Because that's a 7. And that's an 8. All right, well, +1, a 9. Then our wispy British Rock goes in. Hi, I'd like to have a cinnamon sugar tweet, please. What is that voice? Oh, Rock. And then, I'll be right with you, gorgeous. And then Doe is helping others, and then they, after helping out, then that's very sweet of Doe. Then this androgynous fire genasi like whips into view, and their fiery hair is kind of floating in the air, following behind them. What can I get you? Just a lot of cinnamon sugar, whatever you got on it. Oh, well, that's plenty of good stuff. So let me just sweet treat for this, and then this one's sweet like me. And Doe gathers some food, and 2 silver later, Victor. Then Rock leaves and with a bundle of cinnamon sugar sweet treats for Wishes, who, like, across the courtyard, then flutters back. Wishes, well, let's roll for Wishes instead of just saying shit happens. With the 16, all right, Wishes is pretty good. Wishes above head like a circling vulture goes over some not attractive people in this little courtyard before finding just the worst nose, and then perches on Rock's shoulder. And then as they're walking away, kind of like the end of Usual Suspects, then Rock's form dissolves back into the 5'11" prim and proper half-orc wizard who is walking and feeding sweet treats over to Wishes. Yay! That's great. I like that a lot. Wow. That took a lot less time than I thought it was. So, okay, when they get back, then Rock, for some remainder of time, then is using the D&Me originals, using the D&Me original abjuration cantrip Sealant to indeed resuming what he started a long time ago of sealanting some of the chalk art on the walls for Leaf, especially the mural area. And the half elf ghost is pointing out what specific areas, because they are in the middle of Fleet's Wake, which is a nautical themed holiday 10-day, and they are preparing that. So that is where we're going to pick up when we meet Rock again. So, yeah, okay, great, perfect. 44 minutes, not even including the D&D pregame, the D&D pre-show. Next, let's roll to see if Tipsy, Onyx, and Toot-Toot go next. Let's do this one. So, let's mix it up a little bit. 1 and a 2 are Tipsy, 3 and a 4 are Onyx, and 5 and a 6 are Toot-Toot. A 6, Toot-Toot. All right. Perfect. So, then, interesting. I would not have written that, but that's the beauty of this show. I can only write so much. So, Toot-Toot wakes up the next day feeling as refreshed, like, in his very big bed. There's almost like the warm memory of the night before with Toot-Toot and Silvare. And there's a knock at the door. Toot-Toot. 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 I'm coming, Tipsy. Holy cow. So Toot opens the door, and it's Tipsy holding up a golden hand mirror.
Hey, so I thought about giving this to Rock, but I think you should have it because Rock already has like a lot of magic stuff and stuff. So I'm going to give him 2 spell scrolls here in my pocket, but here is the Silvare thing that she gave me. Oh, because yeah, I think. Wait.
Tipsy wouldn't have known.
So yeah, no, I think she was sweet and cool. So here you go. You were helping her out of the shrine in her snake form. Snake!
And then he says snake down to his pocket and then waddles. Uh-oh, waddles and wishes sounds a lot alike. But that's just the perfect, like, pet voice. So I ain't sorry. So Waddles does like a little acting shaking.
No, it's fine. No, I didn't mean to scare you out. I just, No, there's no snake. Don't worry.
Yeah. Wishes is a little bit gruffer. It's hard to tell, but a little bit gruffer. But
okay, here's the hand mirror thing. Okay, but
and then you hear like books falling in the library, and Tipsy goes,
whoa, shoot, I need to go check that out.
And then he takes the scrolls out of his pocket. And I'll wait for these sirens. Messing with time in the storytelling. So, again, Toot-Toot accepts this exquisite golden hand mirror, and it is called Radiance from Silvare's pool underneath the shrine, and it is a +1 wand of the War Mage. While surrounded by darkness, it sheds dim light in a 5-foot radius. Which, hey, that turns out great to go to the only member of the party that does not have dark vision. A creature that is attuned to radius can use a bonus action while holding the mirror. Let me spell mirror right. And then, okay. God bless. Okay, great. A creature that is attuned to radiance can use a bonus action while holding the mirror to cast the Enhanceability spell, choosing itself and no other creature as this spell's target. Once this property of the wand is used, it can't be used again until the next dawn. The wand is Silvare's, but she offers it to the characters as a reward for ending her curse. So that's good also because giving enhanceability to the one party member who also buffs everyone else. So that's nice. And then then Toot-Toot kind of looks into the hand mirror, and as he's looking back at his elephantine reflection, then there is like this waft of slight red hair, and it fogs up a little bit, and there is like on a window an impression of lips kissing, of lips kissing the surface of the mirror, and then it fades away, and Toot-Toot sighs, and then you can hear, okay, good morning, Toot-Toot. Tipsy pointed me this direction. Oh, hello, Glimmer. And I am here, as I promised Silvare, to help destroy the cursed paintings. So I figured that you were the head of the group, being the one most in charge. So I am here to assist you however I can. However, I have this, and then he pulls out his satchel and then opens it up a little bit. I said earlier that if you took me back to Waterdeep, that I would. I am a jeweler by trade, and it is my absolute pleasure to present to you these gems. And then he holds open the satchel, and sure enough, brimming inside is this beautiful, sparkling display of uncut gems and real polished, fine jewels. And inside, Glimmer, this is terribly generous. Are you sure? Absolutely. If it weren't for you, I would still be in that accursed place. So please take this is the least I could do. In fact, when I went back to All That Glimmers, that's my jewelry shop here in Waterdeep, I talked to one of my business partners. Okay. In fact, when I came here to deposit the paintings that I was carrying, then one of my business partners, Roxanne, was here. So the word of your Victorious's adventures is already spreading around. But, it was busy that night, and there was a lot of other voices going around, so we didn't want to talk or anything. But yes. So I am here. Please accept these. Well, goodness gracious, thank you very much. So, in the Candlekeep Mysteries, it says, Glimmer assures them that they will gain a powerful ally in Waterdeep, as well as receive 500 gold pieces in gems as soon as he can return to the city. So, that's huge. So, Toot-Toot and Glimmer go into, across the hall? Let's see. What is my map? It is the map. Oh, did I just... Oh, SpaghettiOs. I clicked something. Oh, okay. Well, guess not. Nope. Yes. Tipsy's Tavern map. D&Me arrow. So, Toot-Toot's bedroom is on the 3rd floor, the master bedroom. So they go down the stairs and then go into the common room, where there are 100 portraits kind of stacked up in leaning up against the walls and in this pile. So Toot-Toot goes, all right, so we can either use extreme strength to bash them. I don't remember what we had to roll. I think it was an 18. Let's find out. I put that book back. I put that book up because I thought I was done. Like a goofus. Destroying the paintings. An 18 strength athletics check. Yeah. So Toot-Toot says, either we can try and smash it ourselves. Glimmer, what is your strength? It's probably not as good as Onyx's. Can we have Onyx come and help? Well, I want to try and figure this out. So I actually do have a Glimmer the Kenku. Oh, he is now Glimmer the Tiefling. So, future Victor, make that adjustment. I am, again, a jeweler by trade, so I work with fine detail. I have a +0 strength. That makes sense for a Kenku spy build. So, I have a +2 strength because I'm a big old Loxodon. But my athletics is only +3 because I'm not proficient. Oh. Well, how did that happen? Future Victor, the skills, the jack of all... Oh, no, never mind. Okay, yeah, no, it's good. So, then Toot-Toot goes, okay, so either we could smash them really good. I could enhance my own ability right now, which is tremendous. But I also don't want to get knocked out a dozen paintings in. So the other option is to find a celestial and have fresh blood. What was the wording? Do I have that in my notes? Nope. Okay. Destroying the painting with can also be destroyed by splashing it with fresh blood from a celestial. There is 100 paintings here. Splashing. Now, I am a connoisseur of words, so splashing is very evocative, as in, like, more than 2 drops. The Brosterdamus, sorry I'm late. Things have been crazy, but I'm here and excited. Hey, thank you so much. Cole, thank you for joining in. So right now we have Toot-Toot the Loxodon Bard and Glimmer the White Tiefling, who are figuring out how to get rid of cursed paintings. So either they can smash it with an 18 strength athletics check, or get a bunch of damage, psychic damage, or they can splash it with fresh blood from a celestial. So splashing in my head means like 2 drops or more at least. Like 1 drop, I don't think will do it. So there's a lot of blood in like a 6-foot tall angelic Aasimar, huh? Do you think that would be better? We need to find him, Angel, in Waterdeep, which I'm sure we could do. Or you and I could, well, probably more me. What does enhance ability do? Because I and Victor do not know. So enhance ability, he can cast it only on himself, which is the only person that enhance ability. Concentration up to an hour. You touch a creature and bestow upon it a magical enhancement. Choose one of the following effects. The target gains that effect until the spell ends. Bear's Endurance. The target has advantage on Constitution checks. It also gains 2d6 temporary hit points, which are lost when the spell ends. Bull's Strength. The target has advantage on strength checks, and his or her carrying capacity doubles. Well, Toot-Toot already has powerful build where he can carry like 900 pounds. So that's awesome. Let me make a bookmark so that I don't have to turn to this page for a third time. All right. And then, yeah, what's Toot-Toot's? Okay, he has powerful build, so he's considered large for carrying capacity, 450 pounds, and then push, drag, and lift, 900 pounds. You need an athletics check, a strength of 18. A creature can use an action to try to destroy a painting, doing so with a successful DC 18 strength athletics check. On a failed check, the creature takes 4d6 psychic damage. That's not good at all. Well, all right. So I have... Does he have the healer's kit, or does Rock have the healer's kit? Toot-Toot has the healer's kit. So what Toot-Toot does is he hands Glimmer Toot-Toot hands Glimmer a small little wooden brown leather box. And inside you will find little vials and herbs. This is a healer's kit because I do want to try to hit some. And then if I fail spectacularly, then you can please bring me back to life. As soon as I go down, I have Glimmer, I have 23 hit points, which that's a lot for me. That is a lot for me as well. Let's see how many I have. Probably not nearly 23. Ooh, should I level up too? Glimmer, come on now. You are a guest here, so...
I have 14, so yeah, you do it.
All right, I am going to try. I'll try it, huh? I'll try and. Okay, so Toot-Toot brings up brings up radiance and looks into the mirror, and then, as he's staring into the glass, then he sees the face of Silvare float upwards and then give a wink and then float back down as Toot-Toot's face returns. And he casts Bull's Strength, which almost turned into bullshit, but he casts bullshit on himself. The target has advantage on strength checks and his or her carrying capacity doubles. That doesn't really matter, because what I was also thinking is if they throw these paintings out the window, like 4 floors down, would that impact do anything? Because wishes through the stone worm, and then that was a lot of impact. But this sounds like it needs like a manual execution. So what strength thing does Toot-Toot have? All of his attack bonuses are all the same on all of his weapons. He cannot cast Bardic Inspiration on himself. Ooh, let's see if he does any other magic. Gust, Light, Mending, Vicious Mockery, Charm Person, Cure Wounds, Disguise Self, Dissonant Whispers, Silvery Barb, Sleep, Shatter, Silence. Shatter has taken a lot. Shatter has done a lot of good stuff for Toot-Toot in the past. But it really sounds like you need to stab the basilisk through the journal, that you need to do the stake through the heart of the vampire yourself. So, yes, Toot-Toot hands Glimmer the healer's kit. Toot-Toot then, looking like a badass, whips out his shark bone dagger and his new Cambion massive Australian knife. And he goes, nope, I'm Toot-Toot. Glimmer, catch me if I fall. And then he goes up to like just this stack of 10 paintings leaning up against the wall, and he's gonna roll, and I'm very scared. So I will use the Bard D20, Scanlan's Bard D20 from Critical Role. Advantage on strength checks. What's your athletics? Why do I close that book? No, I think it says athletics, which is only a +3, but his attack bonus is +5 for his weapons. Doing so with a successful DC 18 strength athletics checks. Cool. So I think they want you to like break these portraits, but I will give him the +5 weapon damage attack bonus instead of the +3 athletics, because that's two more. That's a little better. So here we go for the first half. How do I do this? Because I'm not going to roll 100 times. 200 with advantage. Let's just roll for the first 5. All right. That's an 11 plus 5. That's 16. Not good enough, but he has advantage. That's a natural 1. So, Toot-Toot seeing the first... Oh, boy. Fascinating. 11 plus that 5 is a 16, but that 1 is so much more narratively delicious. So Toot-Toot turns to the first painting leaning in the pile of 10, and as he goes to stab it with both daggers prepared, then he goes towards it, and then he sees this painting of this triumphant Loxodon standing on a pile of dead bodies. And he recognizes that it's someone from his herd, the Cage D, back in the Sandlust. And these, like, he's on this monstrous pile of dead bodies, all of who have these green wisps of smoke coming out of their eyes, like vaporizing into the night sky. And this Loxodon is triumphant and yelling into the night. And with that, then Toot-Toot, whose dagger, the blade was heading straight for the Loxodon, veers off course, and then like just hits the frame and chips the frame a little bit, leading to a lot of damage. What was that, 46 psychic damage? It sure was. Well, that's a 3 and a 3. That's a 6. His 23 got knocked down to 17, so his new hit points that he just got are down. And a 1 and a 1. All right, that's not the worst it could have been. He could have been completely knocked out with 4d6, so if all of them rolled 6s, then that would have been 24, and he has only 23. So he would have been in death saving throws from that one hit. And as soon as the blood-soaked wood of the frame splinters, then Toot-Toot gets smashed in the brain with a black brick and careens backwards and steps and blinking his eyes back into vision. And Glimmer runs up. Are you okay? And then starts like rifling through the healer's kit. I'm fine. I didn't see that one yesterday when we were bringing these paintings up. Okay. I'm fine. Thank you, Glimmer. Thank you. And then this 5'5" tiefling is trying to help up the 7'3" Loxodon because Toot-Toot like has his hands on his knees and is breathing heavy. All right. No, thank you. I'm fine.
Okay. Do you need this? It looks like dill or thyme.
No, I'm good.
Okay. I don't know how to work a healer's kit.
I don't think anyone does, but
I'm fine. That was just the worst one to start off with. I feel better now. I'm going to try again, but not with that painting. So I'm just going to move it aside very carefully. And with his 900 carrying and then his push limit of 1,800 pounds. How much is a ton? A ton's like 2,000, right? So with a ton moving force, then he carefully sets that painting aside, and then he will try for the next one, which is just like a Goliath just holding up one thumb and is staring at the thumb that he now has, because the painting must have been a Goliath coming in and then sacrificing a small boon in order to gain a thumb. So Toot-Toot goes, okay, this one's silly. Let me start with this one. So Toot-Toot will roll again. Idiot. So what do I need? With a +5, so I need a 13 or better. All right. That's another natural one, but he has advantage. Let me use a different die, huh? Let's use this one. Or is that fun just to... No, I'm going to roll a different die. With a 12! God damn it! Then Toot-Toot goes, why do you... No, what it is he's stabbing this painting again he's stabbing this painting, but in the corner of his eye, then he sees the triumphant elephant. And again, with that other natural one, then he chips another part of the frame, and then let's roll frickin' damage. 2 and a 3, a 5. He is down to 10. Idiot. And a 7. Jeez. So now Toot-Toot blinks back into existence the ceiling of the common room as he fell backwards. Very much like Harry training for the Dementors. But Glimmer is above Toot-Toot. Smelling salts! Smelling salts worked! Okay. Ha! Toot-Toot, don't die on me! Then Toot-Toot's like very long wink trunk just curls up his face very tightly. Smelling salts, yes. It stings. Almost as bad as the pain in my head.
Hey, let's not try for a third time, okay? Let's sample we're ahead.
Yes, let's go. Let's go find an Aasimar and see if he's game to bleed. What's it called? Like when you leading or something? So then a interesting. I'm trying to see where all 4 points of the stories meet up, because that's a fun little experiment for me. No, because Rock it's taking a while going to Sweet Treat and the Seven Masks Theater. So then, yeah, Toot-Toot goes downstairs with Glimmer and then exits. And then, what would be a good... I mean, we got investigation, we got perception. No, Toot-Toot's very good. He has a new, shiny, bigger number for his persuasion, so he's gonna... persuade some of the city guardsmen that are just walking around to try and... for help finding Angel the Aasimar. Let's not roll that 2 natural 1 die. Let's put that guy up. It rolled a 6. Okay. It does it. It is very much like Wishes, where it just doesn't want to roll anymore. So Toot-Toot will roll. He will go up to a city guardsman and go, "Excuse me, can you help me find? Can you track down for me Angel the Aasimar?" With a 12 plus a 9 with a 21, then this city guardsman goes, "Sure, I'd love to. Hold on a second." And then after 10 to 15 minutes, then this they hear this flapping noise, and then they stare up into the sky, and staring into the sun, you see this shadow approach, like block out the sun, and then flap gracefully down towards the front of Tipsy's tavern. And then Angel the Aasimar, this cafe skinned, I have notes written down. Yeah, the 6'5" Aasimar city guardsman, cafe skin, eyes just pupilless and glowing yellow, flaps down with these big bird feathered yellow fluffy wings, and he comes down. "Hello, I heard that you needed my assistance." "Yes. Oh, two voices that have gravitas. I love it. How can I help you?" "Well, this is an interesting predicament, and I was wondering if you could help me and my friend here. Because this is a hard sell.
We just came from somewhere that was not a very good place. The restfully wound up having hags that took over, and they painted these evil paintings. We confiscated all of those paintings. And Angel the SMR squints. Let's see. What is your build? Because that's suspicious. But we confiscated these paintings. They're bad, evil paintings that curse you. But we are trying to get rid of them. We are trying to break them. I have had no luck so far. But the other way... Then Toot-Toot, taking from his pocket to back up his story, okay, a collar and 2 strips of paper. Because, a dog's collar, he holds it up. So this is a recipe. All 3 of these are recipes, are steps. This one was actually transcribed from the tattooed inside of an arm that was withered up, and it was awful. It was hags all the way down. Not very good. So these 3, if you would care to take a look at them, describe the steps in creating these cursed paintings that the hags did. But you can also read the fine print that they can be destroyed with an 18 strength check, and I thought I was strong enough, but I was not. And our barbarian is off doing his own thing, so the only other way is by splashing it with the blood of a celestial. Now, I know what you're thinking, that sounds like a lot, and we have 100 paintings upstairs, so 100 splashes of blood. I don't, even though you are a 6'5" fella and you have plenty of blood in you, Toot-Toot is now digging himself a hole. But what I'm thinking, and a splashing could consist of 2 drops. So at most we need 200 drops from you. Or maybe we could reuse the other drops. I'm not quite sure how, but would you please help us? Toot-Toot will roll persuasion against Angel's insight, because that's a real bad pitch. Which dice? Because this is kind of important. These 2. Oh boy. Well, okay. Toot-Toot rolled a 9 plus a 9 persuasion, so 18. Angel rolled a 14 insight. And I'm just going to give him Toot-Toot's insight stat. So 14 plus 4, that's an 18 as well. Hey, wait, no. 14 plus 4, yeah, that's 18 as well. So a 9 plus 9 persuasion and a 14 plus 4 insight. So that turned out beautifully. So with perfect 18s across the board, then Angel goes, Well, let us hope that 2 drops work. And Angel goes inside and goes upstairs to the barren common room that only have like paintings and portraits leaning up against the wall, all with the same blood-soaked frame construction, all with the same taut elf skin as the canvas, all with the same oil painting done by the same hand. Beautiful, haunting images, very detailed of, is that an ogre with a thumb? I think their greatest desire was to have their thumb back, because I'm not quite sure. Toot-Toot says, making... purposefully not talking about the Loxodon painting, but we have had friends who were cursed by these, so we thankfully got rid of them, and got rid of the paintings, not our friends. Our friends are very much, and then he gestures over to Glimmer, our friends are very much fine.
Hey, hello. You are quite tall.
Thank you.
So then Angel goes, all right. And then he takes out like this thin needle dagger and then expertly pricks his thumb. Let's hope for two drops. And then he drip, drip over the landing perfectly on the Goliath's thumb. Then what happens, Victor? You didn't think this far ahead, did you? Did you? No, you did not. So interesting. So the two drops hit the thumb from the Asimar's thumb, and immediately the thumb, like, oh boy. So the paint itself like chars and blackens and flakes off, and then you see like this nub underneath, and as from that point the painting itself starts curling in on itself and crumble away. Then you see the top layer of paint fade and char off as the Goliath's happy face turns into like exasperation and fear and fright as the Goliath is now looking at its thumb again, and the whole painting just internally combusts and crumbles and cracks, and like the end of a fire. Then you see just ashes and splinters, and this pungent was a word I was looking for a couple episodes ago, but this pungent burning aroma, like chemical, almost like hair burning also, smell fills the common room. And Toot-Toot, with his sensitive trunk, goes and opens a window. Because there's a window in here, huh? One window. Let's move the others. Let's start placing the others by the window, because if that's one, then I would hate to smell 99 others. Hey! And so, as they kind of set up this factory line, this fireman's carry of Toot-Toot bringing up a painting, and then Angel bleeding 2 drops, and then the painting combusts, and it's 99 other paintings of youth being stolen away to this ancient form, and forms getting weaker and less eloquent, and as these paintings are destroyed, then Toot-Toot with his gust cantrip, he's flapping his ears, making the smoke and the smell leave the window. And I'm sure that's not a great looking scene from street view of this black pillar of smoke leaving the second floor. Interesting. Fascinating. So as they do this, they have quite a bit of time. So Glimmer and Toot-Toot tell Angel of the Restful Lily arc, telling him the good details or exciting details, but not necessarily some of the more illegal activities, if there were. It's victorious, so yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, they don't mention that Tipsy looted everywhere, for example, but they told like the thrilling bits. Because oh boy, that's a lot of red on Toot-Toot's HP now. Using Gust, that's great. And then yeah, Toot-Toot and Glimmer tell about like the year expiration date on these magical gifts and treatments there's a police officer in the room, and so they get down to the Castle Lanterns family portrait of 2 dark and beautiful parents, fine, sharp features, and 2 happy children in front of them, but this dark, glooming figure in the shadows behind. And interesting. So Toot-Toot, oh boy, I don't even know what to do right now. Toot-Toot, when they get down to that painting, Toot-Toot, how does he want to do this? He could either do deception or performance. Let's do performance, because it's better numbers and he'll have more fun than just lying to a cop. Not really lying, but he's going to roll a lying thing. So, Toot-Toot, he takes it, and very theatrically, he recognizes the painting and the Castle Lantern placard at the bottom, and then, and then he places it in the shredding pile, like the place where Angel has been bleeding, and he goes, "No, the Castle Lanterns. That's an interesting name. It rings a distant bell of some of the greats in Waterdeep. If my amazing Loxodon memory serves me right, they are a noble family in the Sea Word. Is that correct?" And he will do that very goofy. I'm looking at you, bardic inspiration or bardic die. He will roll performance against Angel. That's a 4 plus a 9. Balls. And then Angel with the same insight. That's a 4. That's a 10 plus a 4. That's 14. Ooh, just by 1. Is that right? 4 plus a 9. Yeah, 13. Then 10 plus a 4, 14. Yikes. So Toot-Toot was hamming it up just a little bit too much. And Angel goes, "Yes, they are." And then, offering up no further information, then he pricks his fingers and then drops the 2 drops of red onto the 2 glowing red eyes in the back. And then with 1 point less, then the painting burns up and Toot-Toot goes, okay, well, So they continue on. After a while, after getting halfway through the paintings, then Glimmer searches through the box and then bandages up Angel's thumb as he switches to the other thumb. And then, let's see, anyone else? Oh, and then leaving the Loxodon painting for last. Then, that's... As Toot-Toot places it into this, like, there's a lot of charred, blackened frames and bits of just ember canvases. And then as Toot-Toot places the last painting, which is the successful Loxodon, down, he realizes the ramifications if they destroy this painting. But he doesn't want any of his tribemen cursed. But if he gets rid of this painting, then that means the opposite effect of whatever the painting is will resolve. So either that means that some of the Mahouts come back, I don't think, or would he rob this Loxodon of his strength? I don't know. So I will do a wisdom saving throw right now. With an 18 plus 1, a 19, then good. Like, if he rolled pretty low, then he would have tried to stop Angel. But with a sigh of determination. Then he places the last portrait in the pile. Angel, please go ahead. And then drip, drip, and then crumbling up. The last of the paintings are done. The hag's curse has been lifted from the world, from the Forgotten Realms. Interesting. So, yeah. Cool. So, Angel says to Toot-Toot as he is leaving Tipsy's Tavern, thank you very much for your help with the troll in the yawning portal, with the Kenkus. Oh! Would they have told Angel that Glimmer was a Kenku? Did they already say that? I don't think they did. Will they say it? Let's do this die because it's been doing very well. So evens is yes, they did tell Angel that Glimmer was a Kenku. Odds no. So 5. Odd no, they didn't. So Angel goes, thank you very much for helping with the Kenkus in the warehouse also. So this is one of the 2 favors that I owe you. So thank you very much. If you need anything, yes, use the system of the guardsmen and stay safe. And then with that, this lawful good Aasimar city guardsman takes off. Technically, Aasimars only can billow out their wings once a day, but that's dumb. They have wings. They should be able to have their wings more than just once a day. So then he extends his wings proudly, blocks out the sun again, and then is gone. So, interesting. Oh, great. Wait, hold on. Who did Chainco talk to when they first joined up? Okay. So as Toot-Toot and Glimmer watch Angel fly away very gracefully, then Glimmer, who was looking up at the 6'5" Aasimar and is now looking up at the 7'3", locks it on. He sighs sadly to himself. And Toot-Toot goes, oh, no, hey, that's fine. Height isn't really all that it's built up to be. For example, when I'm walking through the crowds and I see so many bald spots, we don't talk about it a lot because it's rude to bring up thinning hair, but I can see from up there. So, I think the best view is wherever you happen to be looking. So, the only room with a view is a room with you in it. That's from a musical about a neighborhood. So, I think so, yeah. I don't think it's Hamilton. I think it's in the Heights. So, anyways, then Toot-Toot goes, actually, Glimmer, if you can help me out, I feel like we barely hung onto Chainco at the end there. Oh, that's good. Yes. There were only 100 paintings. So I need to remember that. 3 of the paintings mysteriously vanished. Or, no. Yeah. So there were 100 paintings, but they brought in 103 canvases. So that's the thing. Then Toot-Toot goes, I feel like we just barely hang on to Chainco at the end there. Chainco was telling me when I first met him in the Bath and Hot Spring that he comes from a very wealthy family that deals in jewels and diamonds and sapphires and emeralds and gems. Did he... I would assume that in... How do I want to play this? As a jeweler here in Waterdeep, I'm sure that you have a support system and connections throughout the city.
I certainly do.
Could you ask around to see if you can find Chainco and perhaps talk to him? Because he seemed very determined, and we got rid of the painting. It was almost done, but not quite enough in order to trigger the curse. But could you talk to him and see if we can talk him into the light side? Because he's following circumstance, and even though we retrieve circumstance and the doppelgangers care after him, he just doesn't seem like a very good dude, if you know what I mean.
I agree. He was a sour lot. So I will be happy to go and try and find Chainco. Let me see what I can do, because, again, I owe you a great debt. So this is part of that repayment. So thank you very much. Toot-Toot, I feel a lot better in fulfilling my promise to Silvari that I helped destroy the paintings. Here's your hero's kit back.
Oh, thank you. I need to figure out how that works.
Well, that is bandage. That is adhesive. These are just twigs. I don't really know. And some vials of stuff. I didn't look around, so here you go.
Well, thank you. Glimmer, it's always a pleasure. Come by whenever you want, and I would love to see you again. I'm sure all the other boys would as well.
Well, thank you. I will be back.
So, Glimmer walks off, and Toot-Toot, feeling better that he helped 100 people, but felt, just the twinge of bad that one of those 100 were one of his kinsmen, and that the hags took advantage of his ilk, and that just leaves a sour taste in your mouth, It's very much kill one person to save 100. It's of that same vein. But I am going to use the restroom real quick, and we'll call that intermission. So here we go. Just pre-show. So I'll see you in a bit. That was a quick restroom break. Doty or something says, I like Hellaboys appear in the same order in this pre-show slate as they do in the sleep during the game. Yes. It's a good little pattern. Tipsy, Onic, Rock, and Toot-Toot. And that is also height order, because 2'10", 5'1", which is tall for a dwarf, 5'11", and 7'3". So, yeah. That's one water bottle gone. All right. Now, it's interesting that narrative decided that this would happen because I would say Rock and Toot-Toot were the least I prepared. So it's interesting now that it's Tipsy or Onyx here. All right. Exciting. I was in the restroom and I was like, man, that's a lot to think about of the Cage D portrait. Beautiful narrative because I didn't write that, but I was also thinking about going to Twitter and asking for 100 portrait ideas, but I worded the post poorly, so I think it confused more people than people were like, hey. But if y'all have any ideas, because I like just the detail of like someone gave up a piece of their soul so that they could have a thumb. So them having a thumb for a year, but then a year and a day, then the thumb is gone, and that's bad. Or maybe they lose both thumbs. That's probably what happens, huh? Damn. But I wonder if destroying that painting would have ramifications for later, future Victor. Cool. So you've been rolling very nicely this day. So Tipsy will be even and Odd will be Onyx. 10, Tipsy. Oh boy. So, Tipsy Tipsy wakes up and starts his day by taking one of the restful lily robes off of his face in his bed. Those are really soft. That's great. And so he looks over at his desk and sees Waddles also stretching. Good morning. And Waddles' nest, which was some straw, but then had like this layer underneath of the mouse pad that they got that has Tipsy's face on it, and Waddles' mouse pad. But now it has like this surrounding python of the restful lily robe, and that's like the outer cushioning of the nest on Tipsy's desk. And Tipsy wakes up.
Okay, let's go do some stuff. I got some plans. Oh God, I have so much inventory to give out to other people. Okay, let me grab this mirror and these scrolls and all of this.
And then he gets things together and,
hey, Toot-Toot, here's a mirror. Hey, Rock, here's spell scrolls. Hey, Onyx, here's these things.
Yeah, I'll leave it for Onyx's story. But then Tipsy,
okay, so actually, shit.
And so then he runs back upstairs to Yeah, he runs back upstairs to Toot-Toot.
Hey, Toot-Toot, I'm gonna do a thing.
He whispers into Toot-Toot's big ear, and then Toot-Toot, oh, yes, I would be happy to. I think Tipsy YMO, you got this. And then he gives Tipsy Bardic Inspiration, which is now a D8. And Tipsy goes, okay, cool, thanks. And then he runs out the door and runs over to the general goods store, which is called Common Items. He rushes in and throws a couple things into a shopping basket. No, he just, with his manual of quickness of action, he's really fast now, so he's just running through the store and putting things on the counter, and the nervous Hugh, which is this kind of squirrely, suspicious human, is bagging them up as Tipsy.
And one of these. Oh, and then like we need 10 plates and some more of this, and then
so he's getting a bunch of like glassware and plates and mugs for Tipsy's Tavern, and like in a gas station, they have some canned food. So Tipsy grabs a whole bunch of that, and then,
All right, ring it up. Are you okay? You're sweating.
no, I'm fine. Here, and then Hugh rings up everything. And that'll be some amount of coin, because Tipsy has the most gold of the party with 895 gold pieces, 22 silver, 3 copper, and 1 platinum piece, which is 100 gold in itself. So Tipsy buys, let's see, what's a good large amount, like a large amount of gold, future Victor. And he takes all that, and then he runs back to Tipsy's Tavern, and then throws the bags behind the bar, and then runs out, and then in the courtyard in front of Tipsy's Tavern, then he goes,
Oh, hi, Glimmer. Hello. I'm going to help destroy paintings. Oh, cool. I don't want to do that. I am so weak. Hey, you all should, find the Aasimar first instead of trying to hit it.
Okay, I'll take that into note. Oh, gosh. I'm so funny. Hey, future Victor, I love you. And past Victor, I love you. And present Victor, hey, you're great. Bap. We have a Dungeons and Dragons show, 45 episodes. Before, I was listening to music during the pre-show, the first one, and I was looking around my room and all the cool stuff I've accumulated over the years. So a whole 3-panel green screen and all of the D&D books, and so then Tipsy heads to the south. What is it? The Waterdeep map. I should have the Waterdeep map just separate. That's a lot of work. So let me do slightly less work. I think it's the dock word. Yeah. Either the southern word or the dock word. Then Tipsy heads down there. And then from the back entrance to the halfling hostel that Remy showed them after their last interaction in episode 29, Blessing and Naming, then Tipsy walks up, and then putting a small gnome hand on his pocket containing Waddles, he applies pressure to Waddles, and
Okay, here we go.
and then he knocks at the hidden back entrance, and then waits a little bit, and then opens the door. Is this messy mop of black, a little shiny, greasy hair, but these stunning blue-gray eyes as Cleo, the were-rat, opens the door.
Oh, hello, Tipsy. How can I help you? Hey, Cleo. Can I come in and talk to you and Remy and Algernon and then Remy if he's here? Yes, come on in.
And then she opens the door, and this is in one of the 2 hidden, back dark small rooms of the do I have a thing of it? Of the sewer. Man, I'm on top of it with backgrounds. So the damp kind of underground next to the sewer basement that the halfling were-rats have been living in. This is the back door to one of the 2 back little rooms. And there's the staircase that goes up to the halfling hostel, but there's also the giant scar, this crack in the wall that you can hear some slow running water, and that's to go back out into the sewers. And Tipsy, very cautiously walks in and is being slow and respectful of the space. And he sees Algernon sitting plumped up against one of the walls here in this dark, damp room, and he's just chewing on rind of something, a fruit rind, but he has a threadbare vest and some ratted pants. Some raggedy pants. But kind of standing out from that costume is Tipsy's farmer's wife's scarf that he gave over. And then hearing a new set of footprints, then Algernon like looks up in the general direction that Tipsy's in.
Hi.
And then squeaking, which is speaking squeak, which is the rat language. Then Tipsy.
Hi, Algernon. It's me, Tipsy.
Oh, hello, Tipsy. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing a lot better now. We had a run-in with some hags. It's a whole big story for later. Is Remy in?
And then you hear from the other dark room, Remy walking out with his arms crossed. Hello, Tipsy.
Hey, Remy. Hey, the whole gang's here. So first of all, do y'all want any food or anything? I have some cans of food. I also have in my inventory just a lot of like cheese.
And then you hear from the pocket,
Hey, that's my cheese. Hands off my cheese, pal. Well, Waddles, come on, man. Like, I went on a whole quest for that. So, if you touch my cheese, mister, but it's for the were-rats. Oh, well, with the were-rats now? Oh, yeah, no, I heard the voices.
and then Waddles' head pokes up.
Hey, Cleo.
Hello, Waddles.
Hey, Remy.
And then Remy just nods upwards. And then,
Hello, Algernon.
Hello, Waddles. It is good to hear your voice again.
Yeah, so, Tipsy, what are you doing? Give these people some cheese. Oh, yeah, no, totally. Is it racist if I offer you all cheese? Is that, like, really bad? If it's like, what's racist for gnomes? Like, a red pointed hat? Or, like some gardening tools or something? Like, I wouldn't take offense to that. I'm not going to garden for you or anything, but,
and then Cleo is just kind of, her head tilted with eyes waiting for Tipsy to stop blathering on.
yeah, sorry. Here's cheese.
And then you can see Algernon sniffing at these cheddar cheese cubes in Tipsy's hand.
Okay, so here you go. I'm gonna have some because cheese is really great. Waddles, you want some? Obviously, just give them over.
Okay. He's so cute. Okay. So Tipsy is...
Okay, so yeah, there was this whole ordeal with the hags and stuff, but a very small part of the story is that there was something in this well, okay, two parts of the story, but the first part is that we were in this bathhouse and spa, which is kind of like this place.
He gestures around to the damp, dark basement.
But with some water, like running water and stuff, but just a lot better times like 200, and smells a lot better. But you know, it's water and but of that, they gave me an idea. They turned out to be scarecrows, but here you go.
Handing over the rest of the cheese cubes to Algernon. Algernon, I'm gonna go in my pocket for something else, and then he reaches and then pulls out 2 diamonds, like baseball-sized diamonds, which look even bigger in the forest gnome rogue's hands. If you can, well, I don't, clink, 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 and then with his fingernail, he like clacks the diamond.
So Algernon, this is a really,
and then you hear Cleo Cleo and Remy gasp. Remy uncrosses his arms and then like leans forward.
yeah. So these are 2. Yeah, no. Your children can see them. They're 2 really big diamonds.
And then halfway through eating his cheese cubes, then Algernon like is already shaking his head and trying to swallow his cheese in protest.
No. Hear me out, please, sir. This is very important. So, this is not charity. These were given to us as a reward for us clearing out the things. But this is not charity. I'm not giving this to you in pity or a bleeding heart kind of way. Like, this is not this is not charity. This is your salary.
And then finishing the last little bit of his cheese, then after the last swallow, Algernon tilts his head upwards. Salary?
Yeah. So the bathhouse and spa, they had employees who would go around and clean stuff and then do manicures. And I've been thinking about it for a while, and maybe me offering you one of the spare guest rooms was too big. It was a very, very big gesture for us little tiny people. So in a gesture of a smaller, more sizable, manageable gesture, I am offering you the following. I would like for you all three to work for us. We have a tavern called Tipsy's Tavern.
And then he looks over at Cleo proudly.
Tipsy's Tavern, and we're gonna do, like, the tavern, the whole thing. Like, cooking food and serving drinks and stuff. Right now, we kind of really suck at it. We had our unofficial opening last night, and Onyx cooked. And let me tell y'all, Onyx cooking smells worse than this place. Again, I appreciate you all living here, but I don't want you to live here anymore. So, Onyx is cooking real bad. And I did dishes, and that wasn't good. I have little tiny hands. They got very pruny very quickly, and I can't do stuff when my fingers are all pruny, you know? I got little tiny fingers, and they got so pruny.
And Cleo tilts her head the other way.
Okay, so, but, though, if I can hire you and your son and your daughter to help run the place, because we also have a ghost. Hold on, let me finish.
As other gasps happen.
He's a good ghost. Okay, the first night, he was really spooky and scary, but we're on the same page now, so he's also helping us, but we can't really have, like, a ghost floating around serving people drinks, you know? And, Algernon, we will find something for you to do, but Remy, he's strong and he can help out around, and Cleo, she can help us run Tipsy's Tavern, and they are presentable and passable. That was the wrong thing to say, but they can help us and be more visual than having a ghost or us farting around. And I know you didn't like the giant guest room and us just giving you stuff. And I thought long and hard about what you said about blessings, and we all lose blessings. It's inevitable. Death is just a part of living in life. But having 20 blessings doesn't mean you can't have 21. So I'm offering you guys not handouts, but a job. And that's respectable and honorable, you know? And not one of the big rooms, because boy, I have one of the smaller rooms, but some of the other small rooms are just like a closet or whatever. But we have this perfect basement, which is nice and cool and dark like this, but there's no sewage system right there. And if that'll make you feel comfortable, then, like, we have that basement for you. And I believe that, yes, honoring your blessings, and I'm trying to honor your blessings. And if you want to treat your blessings the best, give them what you don't have, instead of not letting them do anything or hiding them away. Like, yeah.
And then just reading all my stuff real quick.
So, please, what do you say?
And then Algernon sits quietly, thinking. And then Tipsy will roll. God, I wish you had charisma, Tipsy. Oh, that animal handling. Yeah, I've fucked around with that before. I'm going to do the animal handling roll. +8. I'm going to roll with advantage because I thought that was very persuasive. And I'm going to roll with Bardic Inspiration. So here we go. So one of them was a natural 1, but I gave myself advantage. The other one was an 8 +8 for my animal handling, so that's 16. And on the Bardic Inspiration die, it's a D8, and I rolled an 8. So with a 24, 3 8s. Wow. Narrative. Beautiful, man. So with a 24, then Algernon... Tipsy, that is very generous. And I can tell that a lot of thought went into this. And it was, for the most part, respectful of me and mine. And the most important thing is that through your voice I can hear your heart. Me and Waddles talked at the very beginning, and I immediately got a sense of your heart. And you are right. Me as an old man, I have spent years feeling sorry for myself for my disease, my curse. And I have hidden my children in my shadows to hide my shame. But yes, you are right. I was bitten and my children were born, but I am also man enough. Not quite all rat yet, but man enough to admit when I am wrong. So, if you would have us, Tipsy and Waddles, then yes, that would be very good. And Tipsy goes, oh wow, cool, thanks. Oh wow.
Yeah, because also, hey, like, chosen family is blessing too. Like, you can choose your own blessings, and you got a fine pair of blessings right over here.
Tipsy says, his thumb unknowingly pointing at Cleo's chest.
No. I mean, you and Remy. That's the fine pair of blessings. Oh god.
And then Algernon pipes up.
And for the diamonds, please hand one over to my son and one over to my daughter.
And Tipsy goes, you know what, Algernon? As I said before, this is your salary. So here, if you can I'm going to just...
And then Tipsy helps guide the diamonds over to Algernon's curled-in rat paws. Albino rat paws.
So, Algernon, with all due respect, those are your diamonds. So you can give them to your son, and you can give them to your daughter. So...
And then there's just this moment of silence as Algernon takes a deep breath and his face breaks out into the biggest smile. And a lot of his teeth are again broken and dead and missing altogether. But this is the most human that Algernon has looked in a while. and he struggles to get up on his feet, and Tipsy tries to help, and Algernon shoos him away, and it takes a little bit of time and a little bit of struggle and effort, but Algernon is now walking on these curled in rat paws for his feet, and the fingernails are overgrown, but he hobbles over to his son first and hands over the diamond, and Remy accepts the diamond and is just staring at it, holding it with both hands with his mouth fallen open, just in a and then Algernon turns around and hobbles slower to Cleo, and Cleo accepts the diamond, but her hands are on the outside of Algernon's hands, and she holds those. So both of them are holding the diamond together. And Cleo, with tears forming in her eyes, looks over at Tipsy and mouths, "Thank you," to Tipsy, and Tipsy goes,
Oh, yeah. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no, absolutely. My pleasure. Oh, this is a moment. Let me just step back here. Remy, fucking cool, huh?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yeah. When you're a rogue, you just steal shit, like, all the time, like that. I have a bunch of... But no, that one was fairly given to me. But, hey, shh, this is a moment. Shush, Remy, shush.
and Cleo then removes her hands from the outside of Algernon's hands and then goes in and hugs him tight and long, and she starts like petting the back of Algernon's white fur that goes down his neck. Well, actually, not his neck, because Tipsy's farmer's wife's scarf is there. So she's petting the top of his head and going down the back of his head, and then touches the scarf, and then her fingers like interweave with the material, and then she looks at Tipsy again, and this time tears are falling down her cheeks, and Tipsy goes,
Yeah, no.
gives a thumbs up.
Yeah, you're good. Enjoy it. Hey, you're getting out of this place. It stinks to high heavens.
And Algernon goes,
I know. So, can we please go now?
Oh, yeah. Here, gather your belongings. Remy, you gathered your belongings. That was really quick.
and Remy has just this sad duffel bag that's not all the way full, and he flings it over his shoulder. This is all we have.
Oh, boy.
Tipsy says, but Remy goes,
Half of it is stuff you have given us beforehand.
Oh boy.
Some of it not so good,
Oh, boy.
but we will still keep all of it.
Oh, boy.
Yes. Let us go.
so,
How do they do this good?
they kind of drape a blanket over Algernon, because Tipsy has magic. I never remembered Tipsy has magic, but let's see. Mage Hand, Ledger Domain, or Illusion Spray, or Minor Illusion, Poison Spray, Chromatic Orb, Featherfall, Tasha's Hideous Laughter, Tenser's Floating Disc. Tenser's Floating Disc. Yeah, Tipsy will use Tenser's Floating Disc, which he used once before. So, and he will cast it ritually, so he doesn't have to waste a spell slot. So what he does is he creates a thing. He takes 10 minutes when they are ready to leave, and he goes,
Hold on, let me just...
and then he takes 10 minutes of making that grunting noise to make a 3-foot diameter, 1 thick inch little floating disc, and it it floats 3 feet up would it? Because Tipsy's 2'10". Let's say it floats 2 feet up, so that whoever wants to can. Yeah, I'm not gonna have 3 feet and then all 4 characters struggling to get up onto this floating disc. It carries 500 pounds, but the goal is to conceal Algernon as they go across Waterdeep. Because I thought about doing minor illusion on like his feet paws, but I like this because they can have the 10 Spheres floating disc, which lasts an hour, which is great. It will follow behind Tipsy to be at most 20 feet away, and they will like bundle him up so that they're just carrying him, but also they will have the satchel up on the disc, and Tipsy from his magically large backpack like takes out a couple other stuff and like positions it around Algernon, and so he's kind of concealed. Yeah. And then they walk up towards Waterdeep, or towards the northward, to the north ward towards Tipsy's Tavern. And Tipsy's leading the way, but Cleo and Remy are like right next to him, and they're nervously looking around because this is really the first time they have walked out in the open in daylight, and not having to like duck in alleys. Like they're walking openly and very uncomfortably, and Tipsy's like, "Hey man, you're good. See, watch. I'm strutting. It's fine. Oh, it's really okay." He looks over at Cleo, who is curling in on herself and like wringing her hands because she's a very tactile person. So, it's fine. I promise. Look, we're almost there. And then Tipsy, walks, towards Tipsy's Tavern, and then we can see that on 10 Spheres floating disc, then Algernon is just you can see like cloth covering this snout that is sniffing the air at all these amazing smells and hearing all these noises, and it's really a lot in a good way, and a lot in a scary way also, of just new and moving up. And as Tipsy walks to Tipsy's Tavern,
Is it on fire?
and you see smoke billowing out the second story window, and Toot-Toot is waving goodbye to Glimmer as he's walking across the courtyard. What? Oh, no, it's not. We got rid of all the paintings.
Oh, okay, cool. Because it looks like my tavern is on fire, which is not the best thing to walk into with our new guests.
Tipsy says as he meets Toot-Toot at the entranceway, and Toot-Toot goes, Oh, hello, Cleo, Remy, and then he looks up at the disc, and Algernon.
Hello, Toot-Toot.
We hear from the thing. Interesting. How do I want to...
Toot-Toot, hey, close the door real quick, because I'm gonna hide the key. Because a long time ago, I said that I would hide a key, out here. Or should I just give it... No, okay. So, Toot-Toot, close the door and don't peek, all right? I'm gonna hide... Oh, God. I'm gonna hide the key now, all right? I've totally found where you and Rock hid your keys, by the way. Real simple.
And then Toot-Toot will roll. Toot-Toot will roll. I'll use that Bardic die. The one that was screwing me earlier, because this will be funny if it rolled low. That's a 4 plus a 4, an 8. Then Toot-Toot went, oh, well, I mean, you are a rogue, so that makes sense that you found it already. But Oh. Cleo, Remy, Algernon, I don't believe I know your last names. I was going to say the Were-Rats, but I would prefer to call you by your surnames or your family name. And then I'll think about what that is here in a sec. But then Tipsy goes,
Yeah. No, they know you're appreciative and welcoming. Get in there.
and then Tipsy closes the door and then locks it. And then he turns around to Cleo.
All right, so I have no idea where they hid that fucking key. Let me go try and find it right now, though. Where the fuck is the... and then I will roll... This one has been doing... Well, let's roll this one. 16. Hell fucking yeah. Let's see. Plus, it would be investigation instead of perception.
Because he's actively looking for the key.
Let's see.
So with an 18, he looks around. And again, Rock and Toot-Toot hid their key with a 20 and a 26. So Tipsy's like,
motherfucker, I still can't find it. All right, well, whatever. I'm going to hide this fucking key. I'm sorry, Algernon. I don't mean to be cursing a whole bunch.
Cursing is fun. Damn.
Your dad's cool. Yes, he is. He is a very good father. All right, so let's hide this key. And then for you three... This will be the key that y'all know that you can come inside the Tipsy's Tavern. Like, if you're not with me, or like if you need to come and go or whatever, then this is your key to come and go as you please. So,
and Cleo is like starting to form words of like,
this is too much.
And then Tipsy's like,
no, it's fine. Really, it's my pleasure. This feels like the first great thing I've done in a long time. So, if anyone has a good idea of where to hide it, I would be, yeah, please.
And then let's roll some dice, because that's always fun. Oh, no, this one definitely. And then, here, cool. So, this is Tipsy. This one is Algernon. This one's Remy. And let's do the blue one. This one is Cleo. Cleo is still soundlessly like moving her lips. Algernon is,
I am not the greatest at this, so I will sit out this conversation.
because Cleo rolled a 2. Algernon rolled a 10. Remy rolled a 14. So,
what about over there?
we put it high. Well, we are small. So, and then Tipsy with an 18 goes,
You know, right? Hey, small. That's a great idea. Let's hide it like under one of these planks of wood over here. Small. Ooh, we're even smaller, so we can hide it like deep inside. Like we can move this panel and then hide it deep in there where only tiny little arms can get it instead of big old honking 7'3" elephant freaking arms.
Dodie or something in the chat says, gargoyle butt. If there were gargoyles here, I should get gargoyles. Anyways, so Tipsy goes,
Perfect. We'll hide it here.
and then, like, make sure that Cleo and Remy see the panel that he moves and reaches in there. And
Okay, so it's just up and then over a little bit. So that is your key whenever you want to come and go. I guess you could have it, but it's more fun hiding it. Anyways, and then we'll see if Rock and Toot-Toot can find that. I doubt it. I rolled an 18, so...
So then, Tipsy, like, opens the door and leads Cleo and Remy, whose mouths, like, upon seeing the multi-story Troll Skull Manor, their mouths have been agape, and walking into it to see the beautiful chalk drawings that have been sealed on the ground with resin, and then the just boggling, overwhelming murals around as Leaf is going through. And yeah, like, it's a very Michael Bay shot of a very low camera, and then they enter in, and it's to a 2'10" person. Then this is a cavernous tap room, and then very much like Harry Potter with the ghosts, the school ghosts, and Leaf like emerges from a wall and then like goes over to do some art, and it's like a flying overhead helicopter, and like Cleo and Remy are just aghast, and the Tensio's floating disc is floating behind them with Algernon and all their stuff, and closes the door, and then Leaf looks down. Oh.
Hey, Leaf, so this is Cleo, and this is Remy, and this is Algernon, and me and the boys talked about it, and they're gonna stay with us for however long they want,
Tipsy says to the were-rats, and Leaf, oh, and then start signing.
Oh, okay, oh. Cleo and Remy, I'll have Rock teach you ASL, which is ASMR Sign Language, so that we can talk to Leaf. Algernon,
as Tipsy looks from the blind patriarchal were-rat up to the mute half-elf ghost.
That's I'll figure that out, I guess. Okay, come on in. Remy, if you can, and Cleo, if you can help just move all the stuff so that we can get Algernon down, because my disc can't do stairs. Well, it can actually, but get him having a feel for everything.
And so then they unload the disc, and Tipsy leads them behind the bar, where he's also kind of giving a tour.
I'll give you a tour of all the other stories here in a sec, because it's awesome, honestly. And we can, So, Cleo, I was thinking like you could be a hostess if you want, like welcoming people in, and then for Tipsy's Tavern when we get it up and running. Remy, do you know how to cook?
And Remy goes, yes, I am pretty good at it.
Oh, great. Then you will help be the chef. And then Algernon, you just take it easy, man. Whatever you want to do. So here we go.
And then Tipsy opens up the trap door leading down to the cellar. Let me find it.
Tipsy's Tavern map. D&Me arrow.
Yeah, the cellar, which goes hatched to the basement, and then the basement has a wine cellar and an ale cellar. And then Tipsy says,
okay, so there's like barrels of expired ale and casks of expired wine and stuff, but you don't have to
oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about that. We're going to move those or something. When we first came in here, then I ran down and then tried to taste some, and it is not good. So I would not recommend drinking any right now. But as you can see,
then he rushes over to this very soft pile of things. Then Tipsy comes forward and hands Cleo a lightweight hoodie, and then hands Remy a light wet sweatshirt, and then hands Algernon a pullover hoodie, and then Cleo a pullover sweatshirt, and then Remy a zipped hoodie, and then Algernon a drawstring bag.
Hey, so here you guys go, because I think you having more clothes options would be great. Unfortunately, it does have all my face on it, so I promise I'm not making this about me, but here you go. They're all clean, and we can Rock knows prestidigitation, so it's like he's our washer and dryer, so we can clean your clothes or whatever. Also, I have pillows, which also have my face on it, but also waddles. So there's a floor pillow and a throw pillow over there that I made for you, and then I went to the common goods store earlier, and I bought stuff to make you comfortable. So, like blankets and stuff stuff that you would need, like cups. I don't know. But and then
He runs over to the pile, and at the bottom he pulls up these kind of big for them, even though they're for small creatures.
So we just came from, I was telling you about the hag place. Well, instead of the hag place, it's actually called the Restful Lily. So I got you a robe, and you a robe, and then you, Algernon.
He drapes it over Algernon.
I got you a robe. So that's all my robes. I have one upstairs for me, and then one upstairs for Waddles. But Waddles, he's a little big for, well, no, the robe's a little big for him, huh? Yeah, I sleep on mine, though. So yeah, there you go. And then, I have, like soap, and we have bathrooms, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we have the kitchen, so we're getting food. We are in the process of getting food, like the cans I was telling you about earlier. I have, cans of food and stuff.
And so then Remy is like just stunned and unloading his satchel and like looking around everywhere. And then he's helping Algernon like settle down in between some of the barrels, and then starting to move the barrels, because Remy's a big old thick halfling, so he's strong, and he's just rolling them aside and rearranging the space. And then Tipsy walks up to Cleo,
and then Cleo, I got because for you, you were mentioning this earlier. I got like some candles for, down here, because it's a dark basement. So I got candles and like little tinderbox and stuff. But for you, I got these like nice smelling bath salts. You could take like a bubble bath or something with them.
and then he holds up like this little glass jar.
And then this is called a loofah. I don't fucking know. It's really scratchy. So
But then also, and then he holds up this fine little black, shiny, but with some silver detailing comb. And he brings out a brush, and he's like,
and these are for you. And look, I got the black to match your hair, because I don't know if you think you want it. And so I can show you where the bathtubs are upstairs. I don't have one, but they're like private baths and stuff. But yeah, so hey, welcome to your new home. Stay as long as you want. No pressure for anything. When Tipsy Tavern make money, then y'all will make money. But those diamonds are like worth 50 gold each, by the way. But if you need anything, let me know, okay?
And then it's just a really nice scene of them inundated with so much goodness, and the were-rats have not had goodness in quite a while. Remy and Algernon are like settling down, and then Tipsy taking Cleo's stunned silence.
Okay, well, if you need anything, it's lunchtime soon, so we're gonna figure out lunch, I guess.
And then he starts backing up, like up the stairs.
So, come on up whenever you're ready. And yeah, cool.
And then he is walking up the stairs and just watches Cleo watching him with the stunned open mouth turns into like a half smile, and she looks down at her comb and brush, and then she runs her fingers through her own hair. And as Tipsy finally gets up the stairs,
I'm gonna leave the hatch open also, because I don't feel good. Well, or do you want the privacy? I will roll to see if I leave the hatch open or not. 3. No, I'll leave it open then. I won't close it for you. Okay. Come on whenever you're ready.
And then he exits, and then he sees Rock coming down the stairs and then helping with sealant, and he's getting into like the groove of it. And then Tipsy walks up to Rock and goes,
Hey, buddy. Would now be a good time to help me with remove curse?
And with that is where we're going to end tonight. That was great. A lot of amazing storytelling. So, I went through pages of notes, y'all. I saved up so many notes from all of my episodes, and so there was like 30 things that happened. But OMG, just fantastic. Yeah, right? Thank you so much for watching and listening. I'm Victor Rivera, and this was D&Me, a one-man show where I play D&D with myself. I stream Wednesday nights on Twitch at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I upload the video the following morning on my YouTube page. Today's show will be up Thursday, June 30th, the last day of the first half of the year. And next week's episode will be live July 6th. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and a bunch of other stuff. Where on my link tree, that's linktr.ee/D&Me Adventure. And like Gnome, I roll to see which of my characters gives tonight's outro. We are back to the top of the order. So 1 is Tipsy, 2 is Onyx, 3 is Rock, 4 is Toot-Toot. Let's do this other one. Nope. Yeah. Fuck. I dropped it in my lap. Come on. 1, Tipsy.
Hey, everybody. So I had the best part of this episode. Rock and Toot-Toot, y'all did great, but I was great also. So, yeah, I have. Oh, let's figure out what the were-rats' surnames are. I'm thinking Pika, because those are really, really cute little furry mountain rodents that are actually really closely related to elephants, but it also is the first half of the most popular Pokemon ever, Pikachu. But it's actually a cute little animal, Pika. So that, or like chinchilla, but that's not really rodent. Let's see, rodentia, rodent, mouse. But I also don't want them to just be were-rats. Like, I want them to have their own name. Like Pika. Cleopika. It's almost like Calliope. Remy Pika. Algernon Pika. Let's see. What's it? I don't want to name them after cheese either. Pika. Rodent, rabbit, weasel, sneaky. Pika. I'm leaning towards Pika because that was it. It's a cool, unusual name. Cleopika. Remy Pika. Algernon Pika. Y'all have any suggestions? Pika. That's all I'm thinking of right now. Pika. Pika. Cleopika. Oh, that's better. Yeah, let's go with Pika. Because that's fun. And they're cute. They're really cute. Look them up. If you haven't looked them up already, I like it. Pika, I like it. Yeah. It's a rodent. It's unusual. It's a unique name. Yeah, so, Pika. Toot-Toot there, Pika.
I heard.
Petra. Patra. What's Patra? What's Patra? Mom, type faster.
I was hearing all of that. So, all right. Cleo Pika. Remy Pika. Algernon Pika. The Pikas are downstairs. Cleopatra.
Oh. You sneaky mom.
Remy Patra. Algernon Patra. Oh, well, that's like patriarchal Patra. Also, it does sound kind of Russian, Middle Eastern, which is what I was going for voice-wise. Cleopatra. All right. That's much better than Pika. Because Pika, you think of Pikachu. But Patra, that's good. Cleopatra. All right. Patra it is. Cleopatra, Remy Patra, and Algernon Patra. Pasta. Pasta goes with cheese also. So the patras are downstairs. That's very good. So good job. You named some characters. And with that,
Thank you so much. All right. Good night.